Aldessa, would you share a little bit? We were talking up in my office earlier, and about, I was saying women empowerment and talking about that, and you said, why not just call it feminism and feminists? Help me and help us really understand that, because it's something that not a lot of people get. I think, like you said, I think when there's this misconception about what the feminist movement is and what does it mean to be a feminist, and that's something you're proud of, that title. And help us explain that. What is, in your opinion, because I know you can't speak for the movement, in your opinion, what does it mean to be, when you say you're a feminist, what does that mean?
Okay, from my point of view, like the word feminism has like different meanings. And maybe just before this, I would like to go back to your question, which you addressed to Anca, related to why we choose the organization path, let's say, and not the career one, the building. And I want to say that most of us Roma girls, we are not really taught to have this path of building a career, being on your own. We are mostly taught that we need to have family, and we are taught, like from the society, that we have to be submissive and these kind of things. And I don't know, but maybe I had something in me that made me choose another path. And that's what made me say, okay, I don't want to have this kind of path, like what I was seeing around me, because it's also very important what you see around you that determines you to make your wishes for the future. Because if you see around you only, women who are not employed and they face some discrimination from the society and maybe also some violence, and maybe a lot of them got married so early. Maybe I'm not saying that these kind of women cannot be role models. They are totally, and most of the women that we work with, they are role models for me. But it's just, not the way that we should be taught since we are young. Okay, so feminism means, for me, let's say, not to be different, but to choose for yourself, even if it's like really hard to say that you make a choice, and that you really have the opportunities to make a choice. But I can define myself a feminism because I'm really fighting for other girls to have another type of life, the life that they want, and not a life which is like dictated by the society and by the community. And okay, about empowerment, it's like what I do, for example, me personally, but also through the organization activities, is to create spaces in which these girls and young women get to know about gender role stuff and how does it affects you as a person, but also your own family and later your children. Or again, like I do like access the information, because this is a very important step in empowerment. It doesn't matter if you have education or not, but if you have access to information, it gives you a sort of power. And then also involving this women part of your decision making, part of your structures, and putting them in the first line. Like this is empowerment. Yeah. For me, at least.
It's awesome. I think you're living out and you're crafting a new model and really definition of what feminism is. And I think that's vital work. I mean, the work you guys do is incredibly important and so needed. And I said earlier, I don't know. I mean, I see prejudice, I see racism happen in Romania, but I don't feel it because I'm a white man, a white American man living in Romania, which means,
you have a lot of privilege.
I have a ton of privilege, and so I don't see it, I don't experience it, but I do see it in some ways. I see it happening, and I think we people, both in Romania and outside, need to better understand it. And so you guys are advocates for, tens of thousands of, and I don't know the full number, I mean, probably hundreds of thousands of women across the country and girls. And so this information and your own life experiences, but also the experiences of the ones that you're caring for and you're serving, we need to hear and should be helping speak into and craft future policy and decisions, because it's currently not. It's a voice that's not being heard, I think, by and large. And so that's why I think the work you guys do is so vital.